This is an important mindset that we as adults need to develop and also teach children, and it will serve us very well in life. Asking for feedback, taking criticism, all these things are very good, but then we need to have the discernment to understand what is useful for us and what is not. And I'm talking about this in a very specific context. There are many people in our lives, maybe family members, maybe friends, maybe teachers, maybe other people in authority, who will talk to us about our weaknesses. They'll say, oh, you're not very good at this, or they'll say, like, this is one flaw, this fault that I have seen in you. They'll say all kinds of things. Now what happens is that if you are a child, or if you're an adult and you have a very receptive mind, you will look at these people and you'll be like, oh, these people love me, so what they say about me might be true. So it could be a teacher who is usually very nice to you, but then they keep telling you about this one thing that you're not good at, or you're not able to do well. It could be a family member who keeps telling you that, okay, this is the thing that you're not able to do well, and we believe them. But in a lot of situations, what happens is that the feedback is not really warranted. It's not actually true. It is only being said because that person wants to control us in some way, or that person wants to make themselves feel better. So and this can even be taken to like very toxic extent. Like, there are spouses who will tell the other person that they are not good looking, or they are not attractive, or something is wrong with them, because they feel like if they break that other person's confidence, if there will be less chance of that person seeking somebody else out. There are parents who keep their children helpless, who keep saying things like, oh, you can't do this very well, let me do it for you, so that the child will always depend on the parent, so that the child will never be independent, and then the parent feels good about it. So there are people like this in our lives, and many times they're not even doing it maliciously. Now there can be malice involved when there is toxicity, when people are trying to control you. They know that they want to control you and they're doing it. Yes, it could be malicious, but then in some cases it's not even malicious. It's just that the person wants to feel like they have you. That person wants to feel like you need them, and so they try to damage your confidence in some way. It may not even be for like a very important thing. It may be little things that they keep telling you can't do, and then you believe them, and eventually that becomes your self-image, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So as adults right now, one thing we all should be doing is sitting down and thinking about it. We have a whole list of things that we say we are not good at, right? There are people who say, oh, I'm not very good at paying attention to detail, I need somebody to help me with that. There are people who say, I struggle with confidence. There are people who say, I struggle with feeling competent in my work. There are people who say, I'm not good at this sort of thing. So if you have such a narrative, if you have such a self-image, sit down and think about it. Where did you get that self-image? Who gave it to you? And if it is something that somebody gave it to you, then why did they give it to you? So, because you need to remember this. If somebody wants you to grow, they won't be constantly talking about where you lack. They won't constantly be telling you what are the things in which you're not good at. They'll always be paying attention to what you are good at. They'll be paying attention to your strengths, and they'll be trying to help you grow. So if somebody is constantly picking out things that are not right, that are that they consider to be flaws within you, then think about it. They may not be doing it out of love. They may be doing it for control. They may be doing it to feel needed. They may be doing it to feel like the bigger person. And if they are toxic people, they may be doing it purposefully to be able to control you and to isolate you. So be wary, be careful, and teach your children about such people as well. So that if ever they come across somebody like this, it could be a friend, somebody who seems to love them but then keeps criticizing them, keeps calling out things about them that may or may not be true. If somebody is constantly pointing out your flaws, they are not your well-wishers. They are not trying to help you grow. They are only trying to control you.